Anatomy of flowering plants. Anatomy, study of internal structure or internal organization of parts of the plant. Deals with sectional view of parts of plant under microscope. In plant anatomy, we specially deal with study of tissues and internal structure of plant organs, mainly root, stem, and leaf. Anatomy help us to understand the physiology, that is functions of plant organ. Father of plant anatomy, Nehemiah Grew and Grew. Study of tissues called histology. Father of histology, Marcello Malpighi. Tissue represents group of similar or dissimilar cells which are coordinated or cooperating with each other, performing single function or set of functions, and all the cells have same origin, produced by same mother cell or ancestral cell. Tissue represents group of structurally similar or dissimilar cells having common ancestral origin and are coordinated to perform common function or set of different functions. In plant tissue, cells are coordinated by plasmodesmata. Types of tissue by Carl Nageli based on ability to divide. First, meristematic tissue. Second, permanent tissue. Meristematic tissue made up of group of immature undifferentiated cells. Cells have division capacity. Meristematic tissue is made up of group of dividing cells. Cells divide by mitosis to add new cells. Permanent tissue made up of group of non-dividing mature differentiated cells which lost division capacity temporarily or permanently. Cells are specialized or differentiated to perform specific functions like storage, mechanical support, conduction. Meristematic tissue made up of immature undifferentiated group of dividing cells. Cells called meristematic cells. In Greek, meristos meaning divided or divisible. Meristem, specific location or area or region in plants where cell division occurs. For example, shoot tip, root tip. Term meristem given by scientist Nageli. Characteristic features of meristematic tissue. Number one, made up of small, homogeneous, thin-walled, compactly arranged, immature, undifferentiated cells. Number two, cells have only primary cell wall, that is cellulose and hemicellulose. Number three, cells are structurally similar, can be oval, spherical, polygonal, etc. Number four, cells are isodiametric, same size. Number five, intercellular spaces absent among cells. Number six, cells are in continuous stage of G1S, G2M. Number seven, vacuoles absent. If present, then small in size. Number eight, high metabolic rate. Storage of food absent. Characteristic features of meristematic tissue. Number 9, cells have high respiratory rate, produce large amount of energy, that is ATP. Number 10, cells have proplastids, mature plastid, that is chloroplast absent. Number 11, cells have high nucleus-cytoplasmic ratio, that is Ki value. Number 12, cells have well-developed, large, conspicuous nucleus, dense cytoplasm, abundant ribosomes, active DNA and RNA. Number 13, meristematic tissue is pathogen free. Number 14, cells are rich in mitochondria. Number 15, cells do not have ergastic substances like crystals, resins, tannins, alkaloids, etc. Classification of meristematic tissue based on origin, three types: promeristem, primordial meristem, or meristem. Originated during seed germination, formation of seedling, present in hypocotyle, radical and epicotyle plumule, also called embryonal meristem, as derived from embryo, represents short living meristem. Promeristem gives rise to primary meristem. Primary meristem originated during early stage of plant life, formed or derived by promeristem, helps in primary growth of plants, that is, increase in horizontal and vertical height or length, represented by root apical meristem, shoot apical meristem, intercalary meristem, and intrafascicular cambium. Primary meristem is long living, present throughout plant life. Primary meristem produces primary permanent tissues. Secondary meristem originated in later or late stage of plant life, originated from primary permanent tissue, especially from parenchyma by dedifferentiation process, helps in increase in girth or width or circumference of basically dicot root and stem, which is called as secondary growth, represented by interfascicular cambium and cork cambium, that is phellogen. Secondary meristem produces secondary permanent tissues absent in monocots. Meristematic tissue. Number 2, based on location or position. Three types: apical meristem, present at root apex or tip, and shoot apex or tip. At root apex, called root apical meristem (RAM), and at shoot apex, called shoot apical meristem (SAM). Intercalary meristem represents left behind cells of apical meristem, present between mature permanent cells, present at the base of nodes, for example mint, at the base of internodes, for example maize, bamboo, sugarcane, equisetum, a pteridophyte, and at the base of petiole of monocot leaves. Intercalary meristem is short-living meristem, soon consumed in formation of permanent tissues. Apical meristem and intercalary meristem are primary meristem, help in primary growth, that is increase in length. Grazed parts of grasses regenerated due to activity of intercalary meristem, present at the base of internodes. Lateral meristem, found in old woody axis of dicot root and dicot stem, present at lateral sides of stem and root, absent in monocot root and stem, monocot and dicot leaf, flower and fruits. It is cylindrical in structure, represents secondary meristem, helps in increase in girth, that is secondary growth, represented by vascular cambium and cork cambium. Lateral meristem produces secondary permanent tissues. Lateral meristem, two types: vascular cambium, two components, Intrafascicular cambium, primary origin. Interfascicular cambium, secondary origin. Thus, vascular cambium is partially secondary in origin or secondary meristem. Cork cambium, also called phelogen, complete secondary in origin. Vascular cambium produces secondary xylem, secondary phloem, and secondary medullary rays. Cork cambium produces cork, that is phloem, and secondary cortex, that is phelodon, during secondary growth. According to Haberland, apical meristem, based on function, divided into three zones or regions. Protoderm forms epidermal tissue system, that is epidermis, guard cells, hairs, trichomes, etc. Ground meristem forms ground tissue system, that is hypodermis, general cortex, endodermis, pericycle, pith or medulla, and pith rays or medullary rays. Procambium forms vascular tissue system, that is xylem and phloem. All secondary meristem are lateral meristem, but all lateral meristem are not secondary meristem. For example, intrafascicular cambium and marginal meristem of leaf are primary lateral meristem. Both are primary in origin. Interfascicular cambium of dicot stem, vascular cambium of dicot root, root and stem of gymnosperm, cork cambium of dicot stem, dicot root, root and stem of gymnosperm are secondary lateral meristem, secondary in origin. Primary meristem, apical meristem, that is root apical meristem and shoot apical meristem. Intercalary meristem, cell division. New cells lost division ability, get structurally and functionally differentiated. Process called differentiation results in formation of primary permanent tissues. For example, parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma, xylem and phloem. Generally, parenchyma cells regain division ability when needed and act as meristematic cells. Process called dedifferentiation results in formation of secondary meristem. For example, vascular cambium and cork cambium. Cell division, new cells lost division ability and get differentiated. Process called redifferentiation results in formation of secondary permanent tissues. For example, cork, secondary cortex, secondary xylem, secondary phloem, secondary medullary rays. Composition or organization of apical meristem. All fungi and most of the algae have simple body organization. Here, all cells divide to form the body. Thus, fungi and algae show diffused growth. In few advanced algae like Dictyota, Fucus, Sargassum, all bryophytes and few lower pteridophytes like Lycopodium, Selaginella have little advanced body organization. Single cell theory or apical cell theory given by Nageli and Hofmeister, applicable for few advanced algae, all bryophytes and few lower pteridophytes. Here, single pyramid-shaped meristematic cell involved in formation of whole plant body. Histogen theory given by Hanstein 1870, applicable for root apex organization. Root apex or root apical meristem divided into three zones or histogens. Dermatogen forms epiblema or epidermis of root. Peribleum forms general cortex and endodermis. Plerome forms stele, that is pericycle, xylem, phloem, pith. In dicot root, dermatogen forms both epiblema and root cap. In monocot root, dermatogen forms only epiblema whereas calyptrogen forms root cap. Dicot root has three histogens, that is dermatogen, periblanum, and plerome, whereas monocot root has four histogens, that is dermatogen, calyptrogen derived from dermatogen, periblanum, and plerome. Histogen theory is not applicable for shoot apex organization. Quiescent center discovered by Klob in maize root. It represents inactive or least active part of root tip. It is inverted cup-shaped or crescent-shaped structure present between dermatogen and calyptrogen. Cytoplasm is less dense, DNA and RNA are less active, and ribosomes are less. It represents reserve meristem, works at the place of damaged root apical meristem. Quiescent center is surrounded by root apical meristem. Tunica corpus theory, given by scientist Smith 1924. It best describes shoot apex organization. Tunica is generally single layer dividing cells, also called mantle. Corpus is multi-layered large dividing cells, also called core. Tunica divides anticlinal manner and forms epidermis of shoot or stem. Corpus divide both anticlinal and periclinal manner and forms all other layers like hypodermis, general cortex, endodermis, pericycle, xylem, phloem, pith and pith ridge. Anticlinal division. It represents vertical cell division. Division occurs perpendicular to the axis. It results in formation of row of cells. Periclinal division. It represents horizontal cell division. Division occurs parallel to the axis. It results in formation of stack of cells. Cytohistological theory, given by Foster, divided shoot apex into two parts based on rate of division, that is mitosis. Vegetative shoot apex. Structurally, it is dome shaped mostly or conical shaped. Tip or central part called summit having slow division rate. Lower lateral parts called flanks having fast division rate. Reproductive shoot apex, broad flat structure. Tip or central summit has fast division rate and lower lateral flanks have slow division rate. In vegetative shoot apex, summit helps in increase in length of stem and branches, whereas flanks help in formation of leaf primordia and bud. Auxiliary bud. Auxiliary bud is condensed, compactly arranged apical meristem cells which are left behind during growth of leaf primordia and shoot tip present at the axil of leaf and stem or branches. Auxiliary bud either forms flower or branch. Plastochrone represents time period between formation of two successive leaf primordia. Permanent tissue made up of group of non-dividing, mature, differentiated cells which are coordinated together to perform same function or set of functions and act as an unit. Produced by cell division in meristematic tissue. Cells produced by division in meristematic tissue get structurally and functionally differentiated and specialized to form permanent tissue. Permanent tissues either temporarily or permanently lost division ability and get involved in storage, mechanical support or conduction. Classification or types of permanent tissues. Number one, based on origin. Primary permanent tissue produced by primary meristem. For example, parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma, primary xylem, primary phloem represent differentiated tissues. Secondary permanent tissues produced by secondary meristem. For example, cork, that is phloem, secondary cortex, that is phloem, secondary xylem, secondary phloem, secondary medullary ridge represent redifferentiated tissues. Classification or types of permanent tissues. Number two, based on structure and functions. Simple permanent tissues, also called homogeneous tissues, made up of structurally similar cells or one type of cells. It is divided into three types: parenchyma tissue, collenchyma tissue, sclerenchyma tissue. Complex permanent tissues, also called heterogeneous tissues, made up of structurally dissimilar cells or more than one type of cells. It is of two types: xylem, phloem. Parenchyma tissue represents most primitive tissue. It is first evolved tissue. It is formed by maturation and differentiation in cells added by meristematic tissue. It is most abundant tissue present in bulk, thus representing fundamental tissue. Parenchyma tissue is precursor of all other tissues, that is collenchyma, sclerenchyma, cells of xylem and cells of phloem. Parenchyma tissue is universal tissue found in all kind of plants, the body of advanced multicellular algae and all bryophytes made up of parenchyma, and pulp of fruit is nothing but parenchyma tissue. Structure of parenchyma tissue, made up of parenchymatous cells. Cells can be oval, spherical, polygonal, elongated, etc. Cells are homogeneous and isodiametric, that is similar in size or diameter. Cells are living, having thin primary cell wall made up of more hemicellulose, cellulose and pectin. Cells have living protoplasm, large central vacuole, peripheral cytoplasm and nucleus. Cells can be compactly arranged without intercellular spaces or loosely arranged having intercellular spaces. Cells are elastic, flexible, can grow and expand in size. Locations of parenchyma tissue, found in all parts of plant, that is root, stem, leaf, flower, fruit, seed. Found in epidermis, general cortex, endodermis, pericycle, xylem, phloem, pith and pithurase. Absent in hypodermis. Modifications of parenchyma tissue. Chlorenchyma, chloroplast containing parenchyma performs photosynthesis. Aerenchyma, large air cavities containing parenchyma, formed due to lysis of cells. Air cavities filled with gases provide buoyancy and help in exchange of gases, also found in parts of hydrophytes. Stellate parenchyma, a kind of star-shaped aerenchyma present at the base of leaves of banana and canna. Mucilage parenchyma, parenchyma having stored water and mucilage, found in xerophytes, that is desert plants like stem and leaf of aloe vera, cactus, opuntia, etc. Idioblast, special parenchyma involved in synthesis, storage and secretion of waste materials like resins, gums, tannins, alkaloids, flavonoids, etc. Progenchyma, thick cell-walled, spindle-shaped parenchyma provides support found in pericycle of root. Functions of parenchyma tissue: storage of materials in the vacuoles, perform photosynthesis, provide buoyancy, perform secretion of waste materials, provide support. Parenchyma tissue made up of parenchymatous cells. Cells have primary cell wall only. Cells show uneven cell wall thickening, having deposition of pectin, mostly cellulose and hemicellulose at corners. Cells are elastic, show great tensile or stretchable strength. Represents living mechanical tissue. Intercellular spaces absent. Protoplasm has small vacuoles. Cell wall is made up of pectocellulose, that is pectin plus cellulose. Location of parenchyma tissue found below epidermis in young dicotyledon or herbaceous dicotyledon in the form of hypodermis layer. Absent in old dicotyledon, monocotyledon, dicot and monocot root. Also found in petiole of leaves, pedicel of flowers and margin of leaves. In sunflower, it is present in the form of homogeneous continuous layer, whereas in cucurbita, it is present in the form of discontinuous patches. Generally, parenchymatous cells are elongated but may appear spherical, oval, angular, polygonal in shapes in transverse section. Function of parenchyma tissue: provides tensile strength to the plant organs, helps in bending against wind, prevents tearing and shearing of leaf margin. If contains chloroplast, can perform photosynthesis also. Sclerenchyma tissue made up of sclerenchymatous cells. Cells are without protoplasm and dead on maturity. Cells have thick cell wall, secondary cell wall present, having deposition of lignin, cellulose, suberin, etc. Cells have lignocellulosic cell wall, that is lignin plus cellulose. Vacuoles and intercellular spaces are absent. Cells can be oval, hexagonal, elongated, spindle-shaped, etc. It represents main mechanical tissue. Location of sclerenchyma tissue found below epidermis in monocotyledon in the form of hypodermis layer. Found in pericycle of dicotyledon. Types of sclerenchyma tissue: two types. Number one, scleroids, represents oval, spherical or polygonal cells. Cells are highly thick-walled with obliterated lumen, very narrow lumen. Cells have branched or unbranched pits. Scleroids provide grittiness, hardness and stiffness to plant parts or organs. Location of scleroids: found in fruit wall of nuts, pulp of guava, pea, sapota, etc. called brachyscleroid or stone cells. Found in seed coat of legumes, that is pea and beans, called macroscleroids. Found in tea, that is thea plant, leaves, called asteroscleroids. Sclerenchyma fiber: elongated, spindle-shaped, having pointed or tapering ends, having narrow lumen, that is cell cavity, found in bunch and have unbranched pits. Types of sclerenchyma fiber: three types. Number one, surface fiber found at the surface of seeds and fruits. For example, coconut, that is Gossypium fiber, represents outgrowth of testa, outer covering of cotton seed. Cotton fiber is false fiber made up of cellulose. Coconut fiber, coir of coconut represents fibrous mesocarp of the fruit. Surface fibers, also called filling fibers, used in filling of furnitures, board, and also used in making rope. Number two, xylem fiber, that is intraxillary fiber, that is wood fiber. Non-commercial fiber found in secondary xylem cannot be knitted or weaved. For example, munj fiber, that is Saccharum munja. Number three, phloem fiber, also called extraxillary fiber, also called bast fiber. Most useful commercial fiber can be knitted or weaved. For example, Corcorus capsularis, jute fiber, Crotalaria gentiana, sun hemp fiber, Cannabis sativa, hemp fiber, Linum usitatissimum, flax fiber. Longest fiber present in rami plant, that is 55 centimeter. Longest commercial fiber is jute fiber. Functions of sclerenchyma tissue: help in tolerating compression, stretching, shearing, breaking, etc. It prevents bending of plant parts, provides mechanical support, dead mechanical tissue against environmental stimuli. Lumen, it represents cavity of cell or inner space of cell. Parenchyma has more lumen, followed by collenchyma, least lumen present in sclerenchyma tissue. Complex permanent tissue made up of more than one type of cells acting as an unit, involved in transportation or translocation of materials, hence also called conducting tissue or vascular tissue, made up of structurally dissimilar cells, hence represent heterogeneous tissue. Types of complex permanent tissue. Two types. Number one, xylem, also called hadrome or wood. Number two, phloem, also called leptome or bast. Xylem is water and mineral conducting vascular tissue. Phloem is food, that is organic compounds conducting vascular tissue. Complex permanent tissues, that is xylem and phloem, formed during vascularization process due to differentiation of procambium cells into primary xylem and primary phloem simultaneously. Xylem, term xylem given by Nageli, also called hadrome by Haberland, also called wood, that is secondary xylem, represents water, mineral and inorganic substances conducting tissue, transport materials unidirectional, that is from bottom, root to top or upper parts, that is stem, branches, leaves, etc. Cells of xylem are dead without protoplasm for efficient conduction. Xerophytes have well developed xylem, whereas hydrophytes have poorly developed xylem. Structure of xylem. Xylem structurally made up of four different cells: trachea, vessels, xylem fiber, xylem parenchyma. Trachea, vessel, xylem fiber, these three cells are dead. Xylem parenchyma is living cell. Trachea and vessel together called tracheary elements. Trachea represents most primitive conducting unit of xylem found in all vascular plants. Structurally, it is spindle-shaped or elongated tube-like, having tapering ends or chisel-like ends. On maturity, becomes dead without protoplasm, having highly thick lignified cell wall with very narrow inner cavity or lumen. Trachea represents single cell structure present one above other, connected through bordered pits forming a channel. Trachea shows different types or pattern of lignin deposition like annular, spiral, scalariform, reticulate, pitted, etc. Tracheids of gymnosperm have presence of tertiary cell wall also. Annular type tracheid is most primitive. Annular and spiral type tracheids found in protoxylem, whereas reticulate and pitted type tracheids found in metaxylem. Tracheids are found in all types of vascular plants, that is pteridophytes, gymnosperms, angiosperms. Functions of trachea. Tracheids are main water conducting units or cells in pteridophyte and gymnosperms, as vessels are absent here. Tracheids help in water conduction in association with vessels in angiosperms. Vessel, also called tracheae, represents advanced type of water conducting unit or cell of xylem. Vessel is thick-walled dead cell without protoplasm, cylindrical or tube-like structure with broad ends. Vessel exists in the form of vessel column, representing interconnected multi-celled structure present one above other and have dissolved end walls or cross walls on maturity. Individual cell of vessel column called vessel member or vessel element. During young condition, the cross walls or end walls of vessel members in vessel column are perforated, that is, having presence of many pores. Perforations at end walls of tracheids are absent. On maturity, obliquely perforated cross walls in vessel column get dissolved, resulting in formation of dead syncyte structure or cell that is formed due to fusion of cells. Vessels also have all different types of lignin deposition as found in tracheids. Location of vessel. Vessel is characteristic feature of angiosperms, generally absent in pteridophytes and gymnosperms. Exception: Selaginella, Diopteris, Marsilia, Pteris are advanced pteridophytes having vessels. Ephedra, Netum, Wilbesia of order Nettales of gymnosperms also have vessels. Primitive families of angiosperm like Vintoraceae, Trochodendroceae, Tetracenturaceae lack vessels. Few angiospermic plants like Drimys, Dracaena, Yucca also lack vessels. Function of vessel. Vessels are main water conducting structure in angiosperms. Vessels also provide mechanical support to the plant organs. Xylem fiber represents spindle-shaped, thick-walled, dead sclerenchyma fiber. Found in secondary xylem, absent in primary xylem. Can be septate or aseptate. Xylem fiber present in secondary xylem, that is wood of angiosperm, and absent in secondary xylem, that is wood of gymnosperm. Thus, Gymnosperm wood is called softwood. Xylem fiber has highly obliterated lumen. Xylem fiber provides mechanical support. Xylem parenchyma represents elongated with thin cellulosic cell wall living cell, stores food materials like starch, fat, and other compounds like tannin, resin, alkaloid, etc. Xylem parenchyma in the form of ray parenchyma helps in lateral conduction or radial conduction of water. Complex permanent tissues, that is xylem and phloem, absent in gametophytes, for example algae and bryophyta, and present in sporophytes, for example pteridophyta, gymnosperm and angiosperm. Types of xylem based on origin. Primary xylem produced by primary meristem, that is procambium, during primary growth during vascularization, found in all kinds of vascular plants. Secondary xylem produced by secondary meristem, that is vascular cambium, during secondary growth, found only in root and stem of gymnosperm and dicot root and dicot stem of angiosperm. Types of primary xylem based on development. Protoxylem, first formed primary xylem having small, underdeveloped, less advanced cells. Protoxylem has vessels with narrow lumen. Metaxylem, laterally formed or developed primary xylem. Cells are large, well developed, advanced. Metaxylem has vessels with broad lumen. Types of primary xylem based on arrangement of protoxylem and metaxylem. Exarch xylem, protoxylem present towards outer side or periphery or pericycle or epidermis. Metaxylem present towards inner side or center or pith, that is medulla, found in root. Endark xylem, protoxylem present towards inner side or center or pith, that is medulla. Metaxylem present towards outer side or periphery or pericycle or epidermis, found in stem. Mejarch xylem, protoxylem present in the center, whereas metaxylem present around protoxylem. Metaxylem surround the protoxylem, found in rhizome of Dryopteris, that is Pteridophyta. Primary xylem show two types of development pattern. Centripetal development. Development of primary xylem occurs from periphery towards center. Less developed immature protoxylem present towards periphery and mature developed metaxylem present towards center, found in endark type xylem, that is in root. Centrifugal development. Development of primary xylem occurs from center towards periphery. Less developed immature protoxylem present towards center and developed mature metaxylem present towards periphery, found in endark type of xylem, that is in stem and leaf. Phloem. Term phloem given by Nageli, also called leptome by Haberland and Bast. Phloem is food conducting vascular tissue, transport food or organic substances from area of synthesis, that is source, leaves, to area of utilization or storage, that is seed, stem, branches, bud, fruit, root, etc. Phloem generally performs bidirectional transportation, that is upward as well as downward. In adverse condition, food can be transported from area of storage that is sink to other parts through phloem. Phloem performs active transport, that is ATP dependent transport of food in the form of dissolved sucrose, that is disaccharide. Thus, conducting units of phloem, that is sieve tube and companion cell, are living components or cells of phloem. Sieve tube, companion cell, phloem parenchyma, phloem fiber with reference to phloem of angiosperm. Sieve cell, albuminous cell, phloem parenchyma, phloem fiber with reference to phloem of pteridophyta and gymnosperm. In phloem, three cells are living, that is sieve tube, companion cell and phloem parenchyma, and one cell is dead, that is phloem fiber. Sieve tube, long tube-like interconnected structure made up of many sieve members or sieve elements present one above other. Sieve tube represents living syncyte cell made up of many fused sieve elements. Nucleus is absent. Sieve element has swollen or bulged cross wall, that is end wall. At end wall, there is presence of perforated sieve plate having many pores called sieve pores. Internally, sieve element has large central vacuole and peripheral cytoplasm. In mature sieve tube or sieve element, nucleus is absent, enucleated. Function of active transportation of sucrose via sieve tube is controlled by nucleus of companion cells. Sieve tube absent in pteridophytes and gymnosperms. Instead, sieve cell is present. Sieve cell is spindle-shaped structure having tapering ends and perforated sieve area at lateral side or lateral wall. Sieve tube represents main food conducting cell or unit in phloem of angiosperms. Companion cell represents thin-walled, elongated, specialized parenchyma cell present on lateral side of sieve tube. Each sieve member has association of companion cell. Companion cell has large elongated nucleus which controls transportation of food through sieve tube. There is presence of pit field at longitudinal common wall of sieve tube and companion cell. Pit field has plasmodesmata. Sieve tube and companion cell are connected or communicated via pit field. Both sieve tube and companion cell arise from same mother cell, thus called sister cells. Sieve tube and companion cell are ontogenetically similar, that is, having same life history and development process. Companion cell, also called helper cell, as it is helping sieve tube in transportation. Companion cells control transport of food across sieve tube and also tolerate wall pressure gradient. Phloem parenchyma have thin cellulosic cell wall involved in storage of food and other compounds. Ray parenchyma, that is phloem rays, involved in radial conduction of food. Phloem parenchyma is absent in monocots and also not found in herbaceous dicots. Phloem fiber, also called bast fiber. Spindle-shaped, thick-walled dead cells. In primary phloem, phloem fiber is absent in protophloem and present in metaphloem. Phloem fiber generally absent in primary phloem but present in secondary phloem. Phloem fiber has commercial importance and also provides mechanical support. Types of phloem. based on origin. Primary phloem produced from primary meristem, that is procambium, during primary growth, that is vascularization process. Secondary phloem produced by secondary meristem, that is vascular cambium, during secondary growth. Types of primary phloem: protophlorium, phloem having immature, underdeveloped, less advanced small cells. Protophlorium has sieve tube with narrow lumen. Protophlorium produced earlier. Metaphlorium, phloem having mature, developed, advanced, large cells. Metaphlorium has sieve tube with broad lumen. Metaphlorium produced later. Chylose plug or chylose pad. On arrival of unfavorable condition or dropping condition or leaf falling condition or autumn condition, there is deposition of chylose beta 1,3 glucan around sieve pores of sieve tube, known as chylose plug or chylose pad. Formation of chylose plug reduces pore size or radius or diameter of sieve pores. Chylose plug formation slow down phloem transport in autumn season, which also results in slow growth of plant. On returning of favorable condition, chylose plug is dissolved by chylase enzyme, thus pore size become normal. P protein or phloem protein. Sieve tube synthesize a compound called P protein. P protein acts as sealing material or sealing mechanism for wounding or breaking of phloem parts along with chylose. P protein also help in active transport, that is ATP depend of food. Tissue system. Group of several tissues having common origin, working as an unit, performing similar function or set of different functions, called tissue system. Based on structure, that is morphology, and position, that is location, Von Sasse gave 3 types of tissue system in plants: epidermal tissue system, ground tissue system, vascular tissue system. Each tissue system has particular set of tissues which are associated together to perform specific function. Epidermal tissue system arise from protoderm or dermatogen, made up of epidermis and associated structures like stomata, hairs, and trichome. Hair and trichome also called epidermal appendages. Ground tissue system arise from ground meristem or periblem, divided into 3 zones or 3 regions. Number 1, cortex, consists of hypodermis, general cortex, and endodermis. Number 2, pericycle. Number 3, pit or medulla. Vascular tissue system arise from procambium or plerome, made up of xylem, phloem, and cambium. Epidermal tissue system, ETS, found on outermost part of plant organs, root, stem, and leaf. ETS includes 3 different components. Number 1, epidermis. Number 2, stomata, that is epidermal associated structure. Number 3, epidermal appendages, root hair and shoot hair, also called trichome. Epidermis, it forms outer covering of root, stem, and leaf, made up of thin-walled, compactly arranged parenchymatous cells without intercellular space, chloroplast absent, have large vacuole and peripheral cytoplasm, mostly exist in single layer and has direct contact with environment. In Nerium, Banyan, that is ficus, Peperomia and Begonia, epidermis is multilayered. The epidermis of root is called rhizodermis or epiblema or piliferous layer. Epidermis generally found in primary structure of plant parts. In the epidermis of young stem and leaf, there is presence of thick or thin water impermeable waxy layer called cuticle made up of cutin, a type of lipid. Cuticle is absent in root epidermis. Functions of epidermis: provide protection to inner structures or tissues, prevent loss of water due to transpiration, involved in absorption of water with reference to root epidermis, resist invasion of pathogens. Stomata, singular stoma. Stoma is a pore or an aperture which is surrounded by two guard cells. Guard cells are joined at endings or tips and are free in the center that results in pore formation. Pore together with guard cells called stoma or stomata. Guard cells are special modified epidermal cells which are kidney or bean shaped in dicot stomata and are dumbbell shaped in monocot stomata. In stomata, there are two guard cells generally. Guard cells have nucleus and presence of chloroplast. Guard cells have radially arranged cellulose microfibrils. Inner wall of guard cell is thick and outer wall of guard cell is thin. Guard cells are surrounded by special epidermal cell without chloroplast called subsidiary cells or helper cells. Guard cells control opening and closing of stomata. Functions of stomata. Stomata performs process of transpiration, that is loss of water in the form of water vapor. Stomata is also involved in exchange of gases, that is O2 and CO2. When guard cells are turgid due to endoosmosis of water, stomata opened. When guard cells are flaccid due to exoosmosis of water, stomata closed. In radial arrangement of cellulose microfibrils inside guard cells, one end of microfibrils attached with outer wall and other end is attached with inner wall. Microfibrils help in turgid and flaccid condition of guard cells. Epidermal appendages. Number 1, trichome represents extra cells associated with stem epidermis. It can be branched or unbranched, can be stiff or soft. Cuticle layer is present. It is long-living structure. Trichome prevents loss of water. Trichome is secretory or glandular structure, secretes sticky materials for capturing, killing and obtaining nutrients from insects, etc. Number 2, root hair represents outgrowth or outfold of epiblema cells of root. It is single cell tubular outgrowth of epiblema cells having vacuole and peripheral cytoplasm. Root hair is soft and unbranched. Root hair is short living. Cuticle layer is absent. cells of epiblema that form root hair called trichoblast. Root hair involved in absorption of water and increase water absorption surface area of root. Trichome is multicellular structure. Types of stomata. Epistomatic stomata. Stomata present on upper surface of leaves. For example, floating leaves of lotus, Victoria nymphea. Hypostomatic stomata. Stomata present on lower surface of leaves. For example, dicot leaves. Amphistomatic stomata. Stomata present on both upper and lower surface of leaves. For example, monocot leaves. Astomatic stomata. Stomata absent on leaves. For example, Vallisneria hydrilla. Photoactive stomata. Stomata opened during day and closed during night. Scotoactive stomata. Stomata closed during day and opened during night. For example, desert plants. Ground tissue system, that is GTS, forms bulk of plant body, contains or made up of all kinds of simple permanent tissues, represent tissue system except epidermal and vascular tissue system, also called fundamental tissue system. Zones or regions of ground tissue system. Ground tissue system divided into three zones. Number one, cortex, found below epidermis and above pericycle, divided into three different layers. Small a, hypodermis, present below epidermis and above general cortex, found in dicot and monocot stem, absent in dicot and monocot root. Hypodermis is few layered, that is 3 to 4, or multi-layered. In dicot stem, made up of collenchyma tissue, and in monocot stem, made up of sclerenchyma tissue. Hypodermis provides mechanical support. In young dicot stem, collenchymatous hypodermis also performs photosynthesis. Small b, general cortex, found below hypodermis and above endodermis in stem, and below epiblema and above endodermis in root, made up of multilayered, loosely arranged parenchyma tissue or cells. Also contains oil ducts and raging ducts, involved in storage of food and other substances. Small c, endodermis, last layer of cortex zone, present below general cortex and above pericycle. Endodermis is absent in monocot stem, found in dicot stem and monocot and dicot root. In dicot stem, endodermis is single layered, made up of compactly arranged without intercellular spaces, barrel shaped cells, contain starch grain. So endodermis, also called starch sheath, gives blue color with iodine. Endodermis, related to dicot and monocot root, endodermis shows presence of Casparian strip, which is a band-like deposition of suberin, water impermeable waxy material, on radial and tangential walls of endodermal cells. Casparian strip discovered by scientist Caspari. Due to presence of Casparian strip, endodermis acts as watertight dam, prevents leakage of water from inner layers. Casparian strip is absent in those endodermal cells which are present in front of protoxylem. These cells are called passage cells or transfusion cells. Presence of Casparian strip helps in unidirectional entry of water towards xylem through passage cells. Pericycle. It is second zone of ground tissue system, present in dicot stem and dicot and monocot root, absent in monocot stem. Pericycle is present below endodermis. In dicot stem, pericycle is multicellular, homogeneous or heterogeneous layer made up of parenchyma cells or patches of alternating parenchyma and sclerenchyma cells. Part of pericycle present above the phloem represent semilunar patch of sclerenchyma cells. In dicot stem, pericycle provides mechanical support and also involved in storage. In root, pericycle is one to few layered made up of thick-walled parenchymatous cells. In dicot root, pericycle performs formation of lateral roots and also formation of strips of vascular cambium and complete cork cambium, whereas in monocot root, pericycle form only lateral roots. Root hairs and branches of stem are exogenous in origin. Lateral roots and adventitious roots are endogenous in origin, developed from pericycle, endodermis or phloem. Lateral roots develop from pericycle cells present in front of xylem, pith also called medulla. Third zone of ground tissue system made up of loosely arranged parenchymatous cells having intercellular spaces present in the central part of dicot stem, dicot and monocot root, absent in monocot stem. In dicot stem and monocot root, pith is well developed and conspicuous, whereas in dicot root, pith is less developed, inconspicuous or even absent. Pith rays, also called medullary rays, generally found in dicot stem. It represents cells of outer part of pith which get extended passing through the vascular bundle, help in radial conduction of materials. Pith is involved in storage of food and other compounds like tannin, alkaloid, flavonoid, etc. with reference to leaf. Ground tissue system is undifferentiated, not divided into its different zones. Hypodermis, general cortex, endodermis, pericycle, pith and pith rays are absent in leaf. In leaf, ground tissue system is represented by or called mesophyll, can be differentiated into palisade tissue and spongy tissue. Vascular tissue system, also called fascicular tissue system, conducting tissue system or specific tissue system. Vascular tissue system made up of complex permanent tissues, that is xylem and phloem, involved in conduction or transportation. Vascular tissue system arise from procambium. Xylem represents water conducting vascular tissue and phloem represents food conducting vascular tissue. Xylem and phloem together called as or form vascular bundle. Types of vascular bundle based on relative position of xylem and phloem. First, radial vascular bundle. Xylem and phloem are present at different axes or radii. Xylem and phloem alternate with each other. Here, xylem is exarch. Between xylem and phloem, cambium, that is intrafascicular cambium is absent. For example, dicot and monocot root. Conjoint vascular bundle. Xylem and phloem are present at same axis. Types. First, collateral type. Phloem present outer side and xylem present inner side. Further divided into two types. Small a, open type. Between phloem and xylem, strip of cambium, that is intrafascicular cambium, is present. For example, dicot stem. Small b, closed type. Between xylem and phloem, strip of cambium is absent. For example, monocot stem. Second, bicollateral type. Phloem is present on both outer side and inner side the xylem. It is always open type. For example, Solanaceae, Myrtaceae, Cucurbitaceae. Concentric vascular bundle. One vascular tissue surrounds other vascular tissue. Types. First, heterocentric or amphicribal type. Phloem surrounds the xylem. Xylem present in the center surrounded by phloem. For example, prunus, dicot, fern. Second, leptocentric amphivessel type. Xylem surrounds the phloem. Phloem present in the center surrounded by xylem. For example, Yucca, Dracaena, Stele. All the tissues or layers present inside endodermis called stele. Stele includes pericycle, xylem, phloem, pith and pith rays. Stele represents central mass of vascular tissues with or without pith covered by pericycle. Stele originated in division pteridophyta. Tissues present inside the stele called intrastellar tissue and tissues present outside the stele called extrastellar tissues. TS of dicot root. Small a, epidermis or epiblema. Outermost layer of root, usually single layered. Outer wall of many cells protrude outward, forming tubular structures called root hair. Epiblema, also called piliferous layer. Small b, cortex or general cortex, present below epiblema up to endodermis. Several layers of parenchymatous cells, thin-walled and loosely packed, offers no resistance to water movement. Small c, endodermis, present below general cortex, acts as border between cortex and pericycle, comprises a single layer of barrel-shaped cells having special thickening of suberin in their radial and tangential walls called Casparian strip. Casparian strip prevent diffusion of water. TS of dicot root. Endodermis functions as biological checkpost. Small d, pericycle, present next to endodermis, made up of thick-walled parenchymatous cells, may be single layered to several layered. Has important role during secondary growth in dicot root, give rise to part of vascular cambium and lateral roots. Small e, vascular bundles. Radial vascular bundle is present with exarch xylem. Can be diarch to hexarch, that is 2 to 6 xylems alternate with 2 to 6 phloems. Between xylem and phloem, patches of parenchymatous cells present called conjunctive tissue. Small f, pith, found in center. It is small and inconspicuous, can be absent also. TS of monocot root. Small a, epidermis, also called epiblema. Outermost layer having large number of unicellular root hairs. Cuticle and stomata are absent. Small b, general cortex, made up of loosely arranged parenchymatous cells. Small c, endodermis, very distinct, made up of barrel-shaped cells having Casparian strips. Small d, pericycle, also very distinct, gives rise to lateral roots only. PS of monocot root. Small e, vascular bundles, radial type, arranged along different radii. Vascular bundles are closed type. Vascular bundles are polyarch, that is presence of more than 6 xylems and phloems. Exarch xylem. Phloem parenchyma is absent in phloem. Small f, conjunctive tissue. Parenchymatous cells present in between patches of xylem and phloem. Small g, pith, large and well developed. PS of dicot stem. Epidermis, outermost protective layer, made up of single layer of cells and is cuticularized, may bear trichomes and few stomata in young stem. Hypodermis, outer area of cortex zone present below epidermis, consists of 3 to 5 layers of parenchymatous cells. Cells are much thickened at corners due to cellulose, hemicellulose and pectin. Intercellular spaces absent, provides mechanical support to young stem. General cortex below hypodermis and above endodermis, made up of parenchymatous cells. Cells are thin-walled, round-shaped, intercellular spaces present. PS of dicot stem. Endodermis, innermost layer of cortex zone. Cells store starch grains, also called starch sheath, gives blue color with iodine. Pericycle, present below endodermis and above phloem, present in the form of semilunar patches of sclerenchymatous cells, also consist of parenchymatous cells. Vascular bundles, made up of xylem, phloem and cambium between the two. Xylem is endark, situated towards the inner side. Vascular bundles are conjoined, collateral, open type. Ring-like arrangement of vascular bundles around the central pith found in dicot stem. PS of dicot stem. Pith or medulla, central portion of stem, made up of large number of rounded shaped parenchymatous cells having large intercellular spaces. Medullary rays or pith rays, cells of pith present between vascular bundles constitute the pith rays. These are parenchymatous extension of pith cells present radially between the vascular bundles, giving the appearance of rays, help in radial conduction of materials. PS of monocot stem. Epidermis, outermost layer made up of single layer of cells covered with cuticle, stomata may be present. Hypodermis lies below epidermis, constitutes sclerenchymatous cells, provides mechanical support to the stems. Ground tissue, main area of monocot stem occupied by ground tissue. It is not well differentiated into general cortex, endodermis, pericycle pith and pith rays. All the parenchymatous cells present below hypodermis constitute ground tissue. PS of monocot stem. Vascular bundles, large number of vascular bundles present. Vascular bundles are found scattered in the whole ground tissue. Vascular bundles are smaller in size and densely arranged towards periphery, but larger vascular bundles are loosely arranged towards the center of stem. Vascular bundles are oval in outline. Cambium is absent, surrounded by sclerenchymatous sheath called bundle sheath. Vascular bundles are conjoined, closed type. Xylem is endark, and water containing schizolysigenous cavities are present. Leaf. On the basis of anatomy, leaves are of two types. Number one, dorsiventral or bifacial leaf. Found in dicot plants, generally remain horizontal or perpendicular, that is 90-degree to stem or branches, and sunlight falls on upper surface. Upper surface of leaf is called ventral surface or daxial surface, and lower surface of leaf is called dorsal surface or baxial surface. Dorsal and ventral surfaces of leaf differ in color and anatomical feature. Upper surface has more cuticle, dark green in color and without stomata, whereas lower surface has less cuticle, light green with more stomata. Number two, isobilateral or equifacial leaf. Found in monocot plants, leaves generally attached vertical. Both upper and lower surfaces are equal green, having equal deposition of cuticle, stomata present on both surfaces and are similar to one another. Dorsiventral leaf has hypostomatic stomata and isobilateral leaf has amphistomatic stomata. Tiers of dicot leaf or dorsiventral leaf. Epidermis covers both upper and lower surfaces of leaf. Epidermis covering the upper surface called daxial or upper epidermis, while epidermis covering the lower surface called abaxial or lower epidermis. Adaxial epidermis is outermost layer of leaf made up of single layer of parenchymatous cells. Outer walls are cuticularized and cells have no chloroplast in them. Stomata are generally less in number or absent. Abaxial epidermis is similar to daxial epidermis, but it bears more stomata and less cuticle. Substomatal cavity present below stomata. Tiers of dicot leaf or dorsiventral leaf. Chloroplasts are absent in epidermal cells of leaf but are present in guard cells of stomata. Small b, mesophyll, represents tissue present in between upper and lower epidermis. It is ground tissue of leaf made up of thin-walled chloroplast containing parenchymatous cells. Mesophyll is photosynthetic tissue of leaf divided into two regions. Tiers of dicot leaf or dorsiventral leaf. Number one, palisade parenchyma lies below the upper epidermis, hence adaxially placed. Palisade parenchyma extends up to one or two layers made up of elongated cells arranged vertically, forming 90-degree angle with upper epidermis. Cells lies parallel to each other. Cells have numerous chloroplasts and take active part in photosynthesis. Cells are closely packed without intercellular spaces. Tiers of dicot leaf or dorsiventral leaf. Number two, spongy parenchyma lies below the palisade parenchyma and extends up to lower epidermis, hence abaxially placed, made up of oval or rounded cells without any particular arrangement. Cells have large intercellular spaces. Due to presence of large intercellular spaces and air cavities, this tissue is called spongy parenchyma. Cells also have chloroplast and participate in photosynthesis. Tiers of dicot leaf or dorsiventral leaf. Small c, vascular bundles Vascular bundles are scattered in the spongy parenchyma, can be seen in the midrib and veins of the leaf. Veins vary in the thickness due to reticulate venation in leaf. Size of vascular bundles are depend on size of the veins. Vascular bundles are larger in thicker veins and smaller in thinner veins and veinlets. Vascular bundle is conjoined closed. Thick-walled bundle sheath cells are present around vascular bundles. Xylem present towards upper side. Tiers of monocot leaf or isobilateral leaf. Epidermis. There is an upper or adaxial and lower or abaxial epidermis. Both are made up of single layer of cells and possess stomata. Stomata are near equal in number on both epidermis. Both surfaces are equally cuticularized. In grasses, some adaxial epidermal cells along the veins modify themselves in large empty colorless cells called bulliform cells, help in rolling and unrolling, that is curling and uncurling of leaf during high temperature, drought and lack of water, help in minimizing loss of water. Tiers of monocot leaf or isobilateral leaf. Substomatal cavity is present below the stoma of abaxial epidermis. Mesophyll lies between upper and lower epidermis, not differentiated into palisade and spongy parenchyma. Cells are spherical in shape and are irregularly arranged. Cells contain chloroplast and carry out photosynthesis. Mesophyll is heterogeneous, that is differentiated in dicot leaf, and homogeneous, that is undifferentiated in monocot leaf. Tiers of monocot leaf or isobilateral leaf. Vascular bundles. There are a number of large and small vascular bundles surrounded by thin-walled bundle sheath cells. Vascular bundles are conjoint closed. Xylem lies towards the upper epidermis and phloem lies towards the lower epidermis. In monocot leaf, near similar sizes of vascular bundles are present due to parallel venation. Dicot root, monocot root. Pericycle gives rise to secondary or lateral roots, vascular cambium and cork cambium. Pericycle gives rise to lateral roots only. Vascular bundles are diarch to hexarch, that is 2 to 6 in number. Vascular bundles are polyarch, that is more than 6 in number. Cambium develops at the time of secondary growth. Cambium is absent, so no secondary growth. Pith is small and inconspicuous. Pith is large and well developed. Dicot stem, monocot stem. Ground tissue is differentiated into cortex, pericycle and pith. Ground tissue is not differentiated. Parenchymatous hypodermis, sclerenchymatous hypodermis. Single layered endodermis, endodermis absent. Pericycle made up of parenchymatous and or sclerenchymatous cells. Pericycle absent. Vascular bundles are uniform in size, arranged in a ring, conjoint and open. Bundle sheath absent. Phloem parenchyma present. Water containing cavities absent. Vascular bundles are larger towards center and smaller towards periphery, scattered, conjoint and closed, bundle sheath present, phloem parenchyma absent, water containing cavities present. Dicot stem, monocot stem. pith, that is medulla, made up of parenchymatous cells and is situated in the center. Pith is absent. Medullary rays found in between the vascular bundles. Medullary rays absent. Stele is eustele, that is conjoined collateral open. Vascular bundles are arranged in the form of ring. Stele is atactostele, that is conjoined collateral closed. Vascular bundles are scattered in ground tissue. Dicot leaf, monocot leaf, dorsiventral leaf, isobilateral leaf. Stomata are usually more in number towards lower epidermis. Stomata are equal in number on lower and upper epidermis. Mesophyll is differentiated in palisade tissue and spongy tissue. Mesophyll is not differentiated. Bulliform cells absent. Bulliform cells present in grasses. Vascular bundles differ in size due to reticulate venation. Vascular bundles are nearly similar in size due to parallel venation. Primary growth. Increase in vertical and horizontal length or height of plant by the activity of primary meristem, that is apical meristem, root apical meristem and shoot apical meristem, and intercalary meristem. Cells of primary meristem divide and add new cells in plant body which get differentiated in primary permanent tissues like parenchyma, parenchyma, sclerenchyma, primary xylem, primary phloem, and primary medullary rays, thus increasing the height or length of plants. Secondary growth. Increase in girth or width or circumference of basically dicot root, dicot stem, root and stem of gymnosperm by the activity of secondary meristem, that is vascular cambium and cork cambium. Cells of secondary meristem divide and add cells in the plant parts which get redifferentiated to form secondary permanent tissues. Vascular cambium, that is intrastellar cambium, produces secondary xylem, secondary phloem and secondary medullary rays, whereas cork cambium, that is extrastellar cambium, produces cork, that is phloem, and secondary cortex, that is phloem. Primary growth occurs in all kinds of plants and plant parts, whereas secondary growth absent in monocot root and stem, dicot and monocot leaf, pteridophytes, bryophytes, etc. Vascular cambium is partially secondary in origin and cork cambium is completely secondary in origin in dicot stem. Vascular cambium as well as cork cambium are completely secondary in origin in dicot root. Cork cambium, also called phloem. Secondary growth in dicot stem. Formation and activity of vascular cambium, that is intrastellar cambium. During secondary growth, cells of primary medullary rays present parallel or adjoining to the intrafascicular cambium get dedifferentiated, forming interfascicular cambium. Next, a circular ring of vascular cambium is formed by joining of intrafascicular cambium, that is primary in origin, and interfascicular cambium, that is secondary in origin. Intrafascicular cambium is present between vascular tissues, that is xylem and phloem, or within vascular bundle, whereas interfascicular cambium is present between vascular bundles. Secondary growth in dicot stem. Ring of vascular cambium has two components or two different cells. Fusiform initials, more in number, elongated pointed cells produce secondary xylem and secondary phloem. Ray initials, less in number, oval, spherical or round cells produce secondary medullary rays. Fusiform initials divide periclinally and add cells both on outer side and inner side. Cells added outer side of vascular cambium redifferentiated in secondary phloem, and cells added inner side redifferentiated into secondary xylem. Secondary growth in dicot stem. Ray initials add cells of secondary medullary rays both outer side and inner side of vascular cambium. Redifferentiation of cells into secondary xylem occurs in the influence of auxin. Vascular cambium is more active towards inner side, adds more secondary xylem as compared to secondary phloem. 8 to 10 times more secondary xylem are added as compared to secondary phloem. Secondary growth in dicot stem. Secondary xylem is added above primary xylem and below vascular cambium. Secondary phloem added below primary phloem and above vascular cambium. Secondary medullary rays added above and below vascular cambium and is present parallelly throughout secondary xylem and secondary phloem. Due to addition of secondary xylem and secondary phloem, primary xylem and primary phloem shifted away from each other, which were initially present close to each other. Secondary growth in dicot stem. Due to addition of more secondary xylem, primary phloem and initially added secondary phloem get crushed. Only recently added secondary phloem remain present. More or less, primary xylem also remain intact in the center. Due to addition of more secondary xylem towards center, soon pressure exerted over tissues or layers present outside the secondary xylem, and these layers start shifting outward, which results in increase in girth of dicot stem called secondary growth. Secondary growth in dicot stem. Recently formed or produced secondary phloem and secondary xylem always present near to the vascular cambium. Secondary xylem also called as wood. If we consider activity of vascular cambium for 3 years, then secondary phloem of first year will be outer side, followed by secondary phloem of second year below it, and secondary phloem of third year will be present just above the vascular cambium. Similarly, secondary xylem of first year will be present in center, above which secondary xylem of second year, and just below the vascular cambium secondary xylem of first year will be present. Activity of vascular cambium in temperate region with reference to secondary xylem or wood. Activity of vascular cambium in temperate region is not same throughout the year. During favorable condition or spring season or summer season, more amount of secondary xylem are added. Vessels will have broad lumen. Components of secondary xylem will be less dense and secondary xylem appears light in color. Such type of secondary xylem or wood called early wood or spring wood or summer wood. In temperate region, during unfavorable condition or winter season or autumn season, less amount of secondary xylem is added. Vessels have narrow lumen. Components of secondary xylem are more dense and secondary xylem, that is wood, appears dark in color. Such type of wood is called late wood, winter wood, or autumn wood. Annual growth, increase in girth or width in 1 year, called annual growth. Annual ring or growth ring is equal to 1 spring wood plus 1 autumn wood. Dendrochronology, dealing with finding the age of tree by counting annual rings of old basal part of stem. In tropical region, seashore region, coastal region and desert region, there is no distinct annual ring formation. Plants of India also do not have distinct annual rings except plants of Himalayan regions like Simla and Nainital. Annual rings formation is also absent in root. Shifting of activity of vascular cambium is fast from autumn wood to spring wood and vice versa. Heartwood, that is duramin wood, represent secondary xylem present in the center of old stem. Heartwood represents initially added secondary xylem, that is oldest secondary xylem having deposition of alkaloid, gums, aromatic compounds, tannins, flavonoids, terpenes, resins, essential oil in the lumen of vessels and tracheids. Heartwood is dead, non-functional and highly resistant with antiseptic nature. Heartwood is not involved in water conduction but has commercial value. Heartwood is durable and long living. Sapwood or alburnum wood represents secondary xylem present at periphery of old stem, represents recently or newly added secondary xylem. There is no deposition of any compound in the lumen of vessels and tracheids. Wood is living, functional and sensitive for pests and pathogens. Sapwood is short-living and has no commercial value. Heartwood is dark in color, whereas sapwood is light in color. Tylosis or brachial plugs, balloon-like ingrowth of xylem parenchyma in the lumen of vessels, blocking the transport of water, called tylosis. Tylosis found in vessels of heartwood. As activity of vascular cambium continues to add secondary xylem, amount of heartwood keeps on increasing due to conversion of oldest sapwood into heartwood, and amount of sapwood more or less remain stable or same. Monoxylic wood has less amount of parenchyma in secondary xylem, also called loose wood, for example cycas. Pycnoxylic wood has more amount of parenchyma in secondary xylem, found in most of the plants, mainly conifers like pinus. Homozylous or non-porous wood. Vessels are absent. 95% of secondary xylem is tracheids and 5% is fibers, also called soft wood. For example, gymnosperm. Heterozylous or porous wood. Vessels are present, also called hardwood. For example, angiosperm. Ring porous wood, found in temperate region plants. Vessels have broad lumen in secondary xylem of spring season and narrow lumen in secondary xylem of autumn season. For example, Dalbergia cassia. Diffuse porous wood, found in tropical region plants, represents asymmetrical wood Throughout secondary xylem, vessels have same lumen. For example, syzygium azadiracta, that is neem. Most durable and commercially useful wood is Tectona grandis, that is teak or sagwan. Secondary growth in dicot stem. Formation and activity of cork cambium. It also represents secondary growth in extrastellar region. Due to continuous activity of vascular cambium, more and more secondary xylems are added. This results in shifting of layers outwards, which soon cause slough off or peeling out of outer protective layer of dicot stem, thus exposing inner living tissues for pathogens. So need is must to add additional protective layers at the place of peeled layers. Secondary growth in dicot stem. Formation and activity of cork cambium. The function of adding additional protective layers is performed by meristematic tissue that develops into extrastellar region called cork cambium or phellogen. Cork cambium develops from outer layer of general cortex or sometimes from hypodermis by dedifferentiation process, where differentiated parenchymatous cells of general cortex gain ability to divide. Secondary growth in dicot stem. Formation and activity of cork cambium. Cork cambium can be one or few layers thick, made up of thin-walled, pointed or rectangular cells. Cork cambium is complete secondary in origin. Cork cambium divides periclinally and adds parenchymatous cells both on outer side and inner side. Parenchymatous cells added outer side soon get suberized and form cork, that is phellum. Parenchymatous cells added inner side remain parenchymatous and form secondary cortex, that is phelloderm. Secondary growth in dicot stem. Formation and activity of cork cambium. Cork cambium is more active outer side, producing more cork. Cork, that is phellum, cork cambium, that is phellogen, and secondary cortex, that is phelloderm, are collectively called as periderm. Cork is suberized, water impermeable, protective layer. Cork cambium, also called extrastellar cambium, which performs increase in girth outside the pericycle. Bark. It is a non-technical term used for all the layers present outside the vascular cambium, include secondary phloem, primary phloem, pericycle, endodermis, general cortex, and periderm. Ring bark, that is sheet bark, represents complete sheet of bark present in the form of ring formed by activity of continuous cork cambium. For example, bhojpatra, that is betula, and eucalyptus. Scale bark, that is fragment bark, represents discontinuous fragmented bark broken into fragments formed by activity of discontinuous cork cambium. For example, guava, that is pseudium, neem, and mango. Bark formed early in the growing season called early bark, and bark formed late in the growing season called late bark. Lenticels. Lens-shaped pore present in the bark or cork of old woody stem, formed due to uneven activity of cork cambium outer side. Sometimes, instead of suberized cork cells, cork cambium produces compactly arranged parenchymatous cells called complementary cells, results in formation of pores, that is lenticels. Secondary growth in dicot root. Formation and activity of vascular cambium. During secondary growth, firstly, conjunctive cells present below primary phloem get dedifferentiated and form curved strips of vascular cambium below primary phloem. Now next, cells of pericycle present above protoxylem get dedifferentiated and form strips of vascular cambium above the protoxylem. Strips of vascular cambium present below primary phloem and above protoxylem join together to form wavy cambium ring. Secondary growth in dicot root. Formation and activity of vascular cambium. In dicot root, more part of vascular cambium formed by conjunctive tissue and only small part of vascular cambium formed by pericycle. In dicot root, vascular cambium is complete secondary in origin. Function of parts of vascular cambium present below primary phloem start soon, which add more secondary xylem inner side. This causes raising of curved part of vascular cambium outwards, results in formation of circular cambium ring. Secondary growth in dicot root. Formation and activity of vascular cambium. Activity of vascular cambium in dicot root is similar to vascular cambium of dicot stem, that is addition of more secondary xylem inner side and less secondary phloem outer side. Vascular cambium also produces parenchymatous secondary medullary rays in dicot root. Due to addition of more secondary xylem inner side, the outer layers start shifting outward, results in increase in girth called secondary growth. Secondary growth in dicot root. As there is no seasonal variation below the ground, thus activity of vascular cambium remain constant throughout the secondary growth, producing same kind of secondary xylem, that is wood. Formation and activity of cork cambium. In dicot root, cork cambium is formed by pericycle cells. Here, pericycle cells are responsible for formation of complete ring of cork cambium. Secondary growth in dicot root. Formation and activity of cork cambium. Cork cambium divides periclinally to produce suberized cork cells above itself and below endodermis, whereas parenchymatous secondary cortex below itself and above pericycle. During secondary growth in dicot root, epiblema, general cortex and endodermis get slow off. Anomalous or abnormal secondary growth. Due to absence of formation of cambium, there is no secondary growth in monocot plants. Exception: Dracaena, yucca, palm, date palm, coconut palm, sansevieria, smilex, kingia, agave, aloe, etc. are monocot plants that show increase in girth called anomalous secondary growth. Palm, tulip, banana, that is musa, have special apical meristem called apical thickening meristem that performs both primary and secondary growth.